Are the tides turning for regulators against crypto? And is Bitcoin your primary reserve asset? Should it be? I think so. This is not financial advice. This is Crypto Tips. My name is Heidi. Welcome. And today we're going to talk about institutional inflows into crypto. We're going to talk about the SEC losing again. And JP Morgan got caught again. They're always caught and they're always pay and they just keep on their merry on way. So first we got all excited because institutional investors and big banks were opening their doors to Bitcoin. El Salvador, Argentina all want to have Bitcoin under their wing, but they're not the only ones. I think it's starting now because we have companies like Semler Scientific who develop technology to help combat chronic illness. Somebody put those people in the fresh air and the sunshine and grass under their feet. Chronic illnesses will probably decline. But regardless, this huge technology company is having Bitcoin as their primary reserve asset. It is the first of many to come, in my opinion, and I'm not the only one to think this. Speaking of inflows into crypto and Bitcoin in general, and now Ethereum, we have institutional inflows year to date hitting $14 billion. It is only May. This year is not even halfway done. And well, it's almost halfway done. And already $14 billion have poured into crypto. First, of course, accumulating Bitcoin. Now everyone is eyeing Ethereum now that the Ethereum ETF has been passed in the United States. The last time we hit numbers like this of institutional inflows was in 2021 when we had about $10 billion, but that was for the entire year. Tell me what you think is in store for 2024 down below in the comments. Speaking of Ethereum, and the ETFs for Ethereum, a lot of people are calling this now the call option for Web3. Ethereum and Ethereum ETFs are a way for people to very indirectly have exposure to the development of Web3 industry. And why is Ethereum representative of this? Because of all total value locked, of all blockchains that facilitate Web3 development and smart contracts, basically all these smart contract based blockchains, of all of the money that is locked up in those types of blockchains, Ethereum has over 65%. And the number of protocols operating on the Ethereum blockchain, 1,070, with the next runner-up being BSC. They have about 750, I think, protocols. But now to the fun news. We all love to see regulators get put in their place, especially the ones that were overstepping and making stuff up and trying to freeze assets using faulty misinformation. The SEC filed a civil suit against Digital Licensing, a company that operated as Debtbox. And not only did they file a civil suit against them, they tried to freeze their assets. Now, a judge has ruled against that civil suit, saying, no, that's false. Not going to judge in the favor of the SEC in that one. Not only that, they are fining the SEC for $1.8 million. This is to cover the cost of the lawyer fees for the defense and also additional fees, so $1.8 million. But most importantly, the judge has found that the SEC did overstep and was using false information trying to freeze assets and didn't work. So that's good. What else didn't work? JP Morgan, they are fined a much bigger fine, $348 million. I think it could be up to $448 million from the CFTC because they did not monitor and report billions of transactions between their traders and their clients. So maybe the JP Morgan is trying to facilitate criminals, turning a blind eye, not reporting, not being a proper surveilled system. If you think $348 million is a lot of money, guess how much fines in total ever JP Morgan has paid for not playing by the rules, for market manipulations, for improperly reporting and all that fun stuff. Let me know your guess in the comments. I'm going to say the answer in about 5 seconds, so here's your time. Okay. JP Morgan has paid in its lifetime in fees for being a bad bank and investment company $39.68 billion. If you need a moment to understand what a billion represents the magnitude of that, go ahead and check back of Toby's video last week, I believe it was. He referenced billions and millions and trillions in terms of years, in terms of time. It'll blow your mind. I'll put a link to it down below in the video description. That's going to wrap it up for today's lovely video here on Crypto Tips. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet. I know there's quite a few of you who haven't, and you're still watching. So hit subscribe so you can get notified. And if our daily videos aren't enough for you, you want to know even more about what we're doing with our crypto and why, got portfolio, we have market updates, all that fun stuff. Check out learningcrypto.com. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.